yo, yo. What is up? How everybody doing today? Me? Oh, I'm the Wild Card Martin. I am doing fantastic. Yes, thanks for asking. Yes, we are here. Another episode, I.O.W. Sports. Cash rules everything around me. Yeah. I'm feeling real good. Feeling real great. Hope everybody's feeling good, feeling great. It's a new week, a new day, another great day to talk sports. But as always, let's get all the preliminary shit out the way. Y'all know the deal. Go on over to I.O.W. Sports Network. That is on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, most importantly, on YouTube. That's where all the content is stored. Like, share, subscribe, hit those bell notifications. Let us know what you think of the product. Hey, spread the word of the product. You know what I'm saying? That's how we feeling. Yeah, we feeling real good today. You can always catch me, Wildcard Mar, myself, at Twitter, at KC Wildcard Mar, KC Wildcard Mar, all right? Or Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. Hey, you know, I'm trying to get Detroit Mail to get his own Twitter and all that stuff because he keep having these booger woogers DM the I.O.W. Sports Twitter, and I can't take it. Because I saw one, well, I ain't gonna lie, you had a bubble on that thing, but whoo, this he look like Oscar the Grouch. So I'm gonna need all them to go ahead and translate their way over to Detroit Mail's own special Twitter account. We can't keep doing this, all right? Detroit Mail won't be here today. I think he might be meeting up with that booger wooger that DM the I.O.W. Sports. I'm not sure. You know, that'd be a good excuse. I hope it's a good excuse, but maybe he's getting an enema. I don't know. He likes those kind of things too. So we don't know what Detroit Mail is doing. All right. But hopefully he can sit down when he's done by the end of the day. But hey, I got somebody with me though. We gonna set it off right. Hey, bro, come on in here, man. You know the deal. He knows. He's there. He is.
How you doing, buddy?
What's up, my brother?
You hear me good?
Yes, sir. I hear you good.
I don't have the mic. I got to use the mic in the laptop, so I just want to make sure.
No, it's all good.
No, Matt. Believe it or not, it wasn't. It wasn't this. Mel texted me earlier. He's like, he sends me a message. He goes, "Hey, I got an appointment today. Can you make a show with Lamar?" And I was like, "Oh man, I hope the herpes clears up." He goes, "Yeah, me too."
Hey man,
all my momentum.
Man. Always a pleasure to have my big homie Nick Shine in the building with us. Always a pleasure to see his ugly mug. Man, how you doing, man?
Next question.
Next question. Oh man, no, man. I can't. Oh, Smitty's in here. MJ's in the building. How my fellas doing today? How's everybody doing today? But look, now that we got all the preliminary shit out the way, y'all know the deal. Hey, please make sure hit up all our content. Hey, please, and since my big homie Nick Shine is here, go on over to Proud New York Jets fans. Hey, all you Jets fans should be following my big homie Nick Shine when it comes to Jets talk. I mean, he's gonna get y'all ready because hey, y'all got a very important draft. This is, I think, if y'all can turn around in the draft again, we'll talk about that later because we'll get to that in a second. I'm
going to work on that too while you're going. All right, you saw my text.
Yeah. I saw.
The amount was cool.
You said the what?
The amount was cool.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
That's where I'm comfortable at right now. I'm not further than that.
Yeah. I figured you weren't in full draft mode yet, but I know that you were in it, but not fully in it. So I get it. But no, look.
Thursday I'll be ready. The combine starts tomorrow. I'm going to be sitting there like a dork all day watching.
I was about to say I know combine starts this week, but we'll get into that. But here's one thing I want to start with, and I want to start episode 226 where we left off on 225. Shout out to the big homie MJ. He hopped on with us, talked some baseball with us, and we were pretty much discussing all the rules, changes, the regulations, all that good stuff. And look, I get it, y'all. It's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of changes, especially this pitch clock little situation. That's going to have a little, you know, difference making on the baseball play. What's up, AP? Anthony Price is in the building. Shout out to him. But I'm glad MJ you're here too, because here's what all the rule changes that's going on with baseball. But here's one. The pitch clock is going to make a difference. In spring training, they're trying to work out all the kinks. But this happened over the weekend. I want everybody to take a look at this.
The MLB's new pitch clock rules are already being used in spring training, and here's what it looks like when a batter is called out because of time.
Can you believe it?
Here it is.
He didn't have this in mind.
You see it?
It's at 8 seconds. He has to be alert to the pitcher.
He wasn't ready when the pitch clock hit 8 seconds, so that means he's out. It's spring training, so this game doesn't matter, but this was in the bottom of the ninth with bases loaded. How many TVs will be smashed because a team loses a game from this rule? This rule is really going to change baseball, and we'll see if it's for the best. Tell me what you think of this rule down in the comments.
So there it is. We got our first, Manny Machado, believe it or not, was our first violation, but in this situation,
and he violated the Padres with that contract too.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it in just a second too. Oh, trust. I had something to say about that contract too. So check this out. We knew that the rule changes were coming. They told us. They made them. But damn it, I'm glad it's spring training. All right, I'm glad it's spring training. Work out the kinks. Obviously, the batter wasn't ready. He wasn't ready in the 8 seconds to be ready for the pitcher. He got called out. It was strike 3. Bottom of the ninth, tied game. And with spring training, they don't do extra innings. I get it. You shouldn't in the spring training. I get it. But
do 7 or 6 like Little League.
Exactly.
But I get it. You got all those guys you got to get.
Yeah. You got a lot of guys you got to see. All right. Yeah. I get it. But
that's what she
said. Here's my problem. If they're calling that in spring training in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs and the guy has 2 strikes, are we calling that in October? Are we calling that
in the World Series?
In the World Series?
Bottom of the ninth?
In the bottom of the ninth? Game? In a tie game? Game 7? On the road?
At the home team. At the home crowd.
Are we calling that in October? That's all I'm asking.
That's the only way baseball gets drama back.
So when I saw this big homie, I'm like, now you're doing it now. You're calling it now. And you got all your rule changes, MLB. You want to speed up the game. You want to, we want to bring in more crowds. People's attention spans aren't okay. And if you saw, if you've been catching spring training, these games are going like 2.5 hours. Like you're getting almost football games. You get your 1 o'clock game. For a fact about 4 o'clock is done. So you're getting to this point with baseball games. All right, we're hitting this time frame and they're moving. It's quick. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the rule changes. I'm 100% okay with the rule changes. My only knock is if you're calling this in the bottom of the ninth, tied game, 2 outs to the batter, and 2 strikes to the batter, are you calling that in the World Series? That's all I'm asking.
I think they're trying to be as strict with it now.
Yeah.
Maybe start a trend where you don't have to keep that in long term, but it's an effort by the league to listen. I said yesterday to my son, your generation is stupid and lazy. They don't have an attention span to watch baseball, and baseball's trying to hook the next generation. So maybe you put a timer on it and you force that action every 20 seconds instead of every 45. You can hook the younger Twitter, I want instant gratification now generation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not to make the 50, 60, 70, 40-year-olds happy. It's to make this young crowd interested.
This ain't for us.
We're going to die out.
Not for us.
They need them more than they need us.
Exactly. Because this ain't for us.
We put a lot of time and money in already.
It's like this isn't this. All these rule changes are not for the 35-year up. Once you hit pretty much 35 and up, we're pretty much part of that old school baseball, play small ball, still was shifting, but hey, guys were better hitters, in my opinion. It wasn't so home run or bust type of mindset in the baseball that we grew up on. It was literally athleticism, defense, offense, and it was an all-around game. Your all-around guys like the Ken Griffey's, the Albert Pujols, the Ted Williams, the Tony Gwynn's, the Cal Ripkins. Those are a dying breed of baseball players. And so with this game that is changing, MLB is making those certain changes to get certain viewership from certain age groups that can help advance the popularity of baseball. Because look at where baseball's sitting. Like in my opinion, obviously NFL is king. They're number one. There's no doubt about that. That won't change for no time soon. All right. Basketball is sitting right behind them. They're doing their own little rule changes and whatnot to popularize their sport internationally and all that shit. Then after that, yeah, you can probably say, baseball is right after basketball. But is it really? Because I'm starting to see an uptick in hockey fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing an uptick in soccer fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that baseball isn't number 3, but when you do moves like this, it shows that you understand that you need to start positioning yourself in popularity of sports entities. Because you keep messing around, you're going to have hockey surpass you. You're going to have soccer surpass you. And MLB keep playing around, you're going to have pickleball surpass you. They're going to have dodgeball on the Ocho surpass you the way that they're going. So I understand the moves and the certain things that they're making with baseball, man. So kind of give me your final thoughts on that being called over there, big homie, and kind of give me a synopsis on all the rule changes and whatnot.
I honestly don't know how in depth the rule is yet. So, what if a guy's got dirt in his eye? It's a windy day, dirt blows in his eye, and it's like 5 seconds left. Is he allowed to call timeout? Does it get granted? What if you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the intricacies of the rule yet. But it's the sports world, so as soon as something new drops, everyone's got to lose their goddamn minds about it. So there was a lot of Twitter world overreaction all weekend, but I got to know all of the rule before I fully speak on it. Well, I mean, I think it's a good thing because
First of all, what did you do to Bones, man?
I didn't do anything. I've actually been really fucking kind to him. I've been really fucking kind to him.
Because
I like that this fucking Sam Cassell, Vernon Maxwell mixed baby is speaking shit about me in my head.
So like I can't even dog.
I had it. You know what? Now I'm going to share it. Me and him were messaging last week, and I said something. I'm like, "Yo, I'm just glad to hear you're okay," because those Chinese balloons that were floating over America, I thought it was you that got shot down until I saw it was white. He's like, not your best. I was like, first they're like, that's a 5-star joke. He's like, not your best. I'm like, all right, that means I've had a lot of really good ones because I like that one.
Hey, trust me. Hey, when you batting 400, it's like when you get a strikeout. It shit happens. Yeah. All right,
it's like Aaron Judge hitting 62 last year.
Exactly.
You double and everyone's disappointed.
You hit a double.
Off the wall. That was off the wall. Rubble.
Speaking of which, Aaron Judge he got his money, didn't he?
Oh, he got it.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Matt can tell you the numbers. I wasn't paying attention to much this winter.
Speaking of getting paid, now that good nice transition, and we're still talking baseball. Man, Manny Machado got paid again
at 31. 30 or 31, Matt.
He's 30.
30. So you're giving him an 11-year deal at 30 years old. Did you see how bad the A-Rod thing went? That's when I think we gave it to him, right?
Yeah, but
my bad, bro. All right, let me talk more while you.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Here's my thing with Manny Machado. He just signed a contract with the Padres about 4 years ago when he was part of that whole free agency class with Harper and Trout, and he had already signed a
Trout didn't
previous
hit the free agency though, right?
to do what?
Trout didn't hit free agency, did he?
No. Remember when Trout was getting courted by the Phillies, because obviously he's from the Jersey area, and the
Yeah.
Phillies wanted to.
That was the rumor, like during the season, that they were going to go full court press. But didn't Anaheim lock him up before he hit the market?
Anaheim locked him up, but that same offseason, Manny Machado signed with the Padres, and then Bryce Harper ended up going to Philly, because those are the three big names that was part of that free agency summer, if I remember correctly. But let me double check. But this current contract, man, go ahead and break down what you hate about it, because I can tell you're not a fan of it, man.
Like I mean, the A-Rod deal with the Yankees should be assigned to everybody. You don't give out 10-year deals to guys. They break down. Even if you move them to a less grueling position like third base, they're going to break down, even the elite of the elite. And I personally think Manny Machado is the most overrated player in baseball, maybe ever. He's like a 270 hitter career. Yeah, I don't think he's ever had a 40 home run season. Last time I checked, which was like a year or two ago, that's how little I give a shit about Manny Machado. Like, I don't get the hype about him.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I think he's completely overrated.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the. Yeah, so February 21st.
No trade clause. Matt just commented.
So February 21st of 2019 was the summer when he signed a 10-year, $300 million deal, and that's 2019. So he was about 27, 26 when he did that first one, when he signed with the Padres. So it was already a 10-year, $300 million. Now, 4 years later, there was a point in the contract where he was able to opt out, because if people were paying attention going into the spring training, he had already mentioned that he was going to test free agency and opt out of his contract going into spring training. So the Padres knew that he wanted more money. So this was his way to get more money. He finished second in the MVP race last year. I get it. I've never had any issues with Manny Machado, as in not liking him. I always thought he was talented. So he's saying he's career 282 hitter, batted 298 with 32 home runs last season. Yeah, and he was runner up in the National League MVP race. So I think this is what I think. You know what this is, Nick? This is literally Manny Machado grabbing his last top dollars before he goes. Because, like you said, he's 30 years old. He just had a 10-year, $300 million contract. Found a loophole to get out of it. Now you signing it now at $11,350. Yeah, this was a money grab. He played his cards right. I think he played his cards right. I think this is a bad move for the Padres. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest about the Padres for a quick second. The last 3 years, what have they been doing? They've been throwing money like crazy. They've been making moves to grab talent like crazy. They just got, what was it? They grabbed Xander Bogaerts this offseason. I know, Jay. Shout out to Jay Jones of the Man Cave Sports Show. Him and G Money. Yeah, I'm with you. How much money does San Diego have? Because they're typically a small market, but they're throwing money out like it's crazy.
Hey, let's ask Matt. Matt will know this without even having to Google. Did they get new ownership? Like this impulse that's spending the last several years has been wild.
It's been wild.
It's been George Steinbrenner-esque. Like people over here on the East Coast, you know, up here in the Northeast, talk about Uncle Stevie in New York. They're blowing him the hell out of the water out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. That literally is probably the best way to describe the spending spree that the Padres are going on. I'm talking about they're literally spending all types of money as if the shit grows on trees.
And real quick, I got Manny's stats up. He's had one season over 35 home runs.
Really?
One season over 35 home runs. And they're paying him like he's Barry Bonds or A-Rod. He's going to hit 50 a year.
No.
Cool thing this weekend, Bonds and A-Rod were together. Did you see that?
Yeah, MJ said 2012 they got went under new management.
Okay, and then they got Petco Park. They went to the new park, and then they're paying it off now to pay the park off. They got to get people there. You know, if you could steal some television viewers in LA area with the other teams you compete with, you know, if you can get some of
It's
your
such
network,
a congested market for baseball.
it is. It is.
Because you're talking about the Padres right there, the Dodgers,
Yeah.
Angels. Go a couple of hours up the road, you got Oakland Athletics, San Francisco Giants. So you're looking at 5 teams in California alone, and man, that's a congested market for a sports team with baseball. But hey,
Let me add this too.
Yeah.
Only 300 RBI seasons. Overrated. Overpaid. He's been in the league since 2012. 300 RBI seasons. Where'd it go? 107, 106, and 102. Like barely.
Yeah.
Like squeaking in.
So he's not even having MVP like type numbers, bro.
No.
Oh, well, let me
He's
say
got
this:
more strikeouts than RBIs in his career.
He's not having MVP type numbers on a regular basis. Now you say those
scored
3
100
seasons
runs
that he
3
got
times
100
too.
RBIs though.
Only scored 100 runs 3 times. Also, barely there. 102, 105, 100. Hits 172. Never had a 200 hit season. It's completely overrated, man. Misses a lot of games. The last 6 years.
I was about to ask you, what's his average games the last few years? What's his average?
I was looking at that, but it's split 96 and 66 in 2018. His contract year played every game.
Imagine that.
And a bunch of 150s. 2015, 2018, he played every game. 82, 51, 60. A couple 150s, a couple 156s.
Don't count 2020. That was
I would
cold.
say about 75% of the time he plays more. 75, 80% of the time he plays more than 150.
Okay. So it sounds like he's having maybe a few rest days, but nothing more serious like we're injury, because I'm not seeing anything.
341 on base percentage for his career. Like Ichiro's average is higher than that. Am I wrong?
Hey.
Oh no, he dropped down at the end of his career. I think he ended up above 300. Well, for a while, Ichiro's like career average was like 330s, 340.
Well, I mean, hey, I can't be mad at Manny Machado for getting his bread. Look, I will always be pro player, get your bread, but to me,
that's fine. Get paid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you're overrated if you're overrated, and
hey.
I believe he is the most overrated player, if not in baseball history.
Hey, I mean, you could probably you and Matt could definitely probably come
in
up
the
with
contract. You had factor in the pay to production, and I think he's the most overrated player of all time.
Oh, if you're going by that, because here's my deal, he's making his contract is up there, right behind, of course, Trout, behind Mookie Betts, and I can't remember the last guy who he's behind.
For what?
Nick,
Matt.
His
own teammate? Didn't Tatis get more?
I think he might have.
He might have more general, because wasn't that like a 13-year deal?
Yes, Tatis was a 13-year deal,
but less per year.
Yeah, but I think his was more closer to 400, was like 385 or something like that. I can't remember off the rips, but here's my thing.
No, Jay, sorry, we were the 13-year-old, Jesus. The 13-year contract was, I think, Tatis. Machado is 11.
Yeah, Machado's 11 at
Still
30 years old. Still too long. Because first of all, he's not. Look, okay, so let me preface this. I know when you play baseball, you can play to your 40s if you really take care of your body, avoid major injuries. Yes, you can play to your 40s. Yes, and still be productive. But with this guy, you're paying him this type of money, and he's giving you flashes of MVP performances, but nothing consistent, especially just going based off the numbers that Nick just read. So in my opinion, I can see where you're at, as in saying, if you're talking about the money that he got, and looking at the overall production that he's gotten, you can say he's overrated. Because when you're up there pay wise with Trout and Mookie Betts and cats that you know are going to perform on a consistent basis, like Trout and Mookie Betts are like they're MVPs on consistent basis. If they're not winning it, they're in the conversation.
Judge
you know
also.
what I'm saying? So when they get money like that, you can validate it. I don't know if I can 100% validate Manny Machado getting paid this type of money. But hey, I'm not mad at it.
I mean, Matt's saying I'm wrong, but I mean, it's my opinion. There is no right or wrong. It's my opinion. It's like we're doing with the list right now. Yeah. Shout out to Mike. God damn, I hate being nice to this guy. Shout out to Mike for putting that together and tabulating that for us. Good stuff, Mikey. I see you in the chat. So I just wanted to thank you for what you're doing in I.O.W, brother.
Yeah. But we're gonna transition this thing. Look,
yeah, as long as you can stand, it's like golf. As long as you can stand and jog back to the dugout, you can play for a long time.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll transition because we'll come back to.
Yes.
We're all dying, bro.
If I showed you the amount of medication I have to take, you'd be like, "Oh, how is this motherfucker still alive?" So you would change the question real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on, I wanted to get this real quick before we switch sport. Oh, okay. Trout,
go ahead.
Betts, Judge, Machado, and Lindor are your top 5. The Mets, Lindor?
Yeah,
I'll take Tatis over him 100 times. I know he had the suspension, but I'll take Tatis over Lindor easily.
I don't know. To me, that's tough. I seen a lot of Lindor play when he was in Cleveland, so I seen him do some magical stuff.
I don't think he's that player anymore.
Well, I mean,
what was last year? Was his first year in New York?
No. That was like year 2 or 3. That was like year 2 or 3 or something like that. Yeah, you're at least year 2. But I know he's been in New York for a couple of years, but no. As we transition to basketball talk, I might actually want to talk a little college basketball real quick because it's this situation with Brandon Miller down in Alabama that I just want to talk about real quick.
Go ahead.
And because for those who don't know who Brandon Miller is, a phenom basketball player at Alabama, has the chance to be a high draft pick going to the NBA draft this summer as a freshman coming out of Alabama. But he's been in the news because he's got a little situation where him and a friend were communicating in the car that Brandon Miller was driving. Inside was a pistol. The friend of Brandon Miller eventually uses that same pistol that was in the car and takes the life of a young lady. Sad situation, but he's been, investigated by the police in connection with the murder. No charges have been filed, hasn't been arrested, but the investigation is ongoing. And in the midst of the investigation, he's been allowed to play. By the university, by the coach.
Yeah, they're like the number 3 team in the country right now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, because
it's Alabama. We know their track record.
But
they'll shut down the English department before they shut down one of their top sports teams.
And you're not wrong.
And I've heard people from Alabama talk, so they may have shut down the English program already.
No, Brandon Miller. What?
The views expressed on I.O.W. by Nick are solely of Nick. All right, go ahead.
And what that's not what I really want to discuss. Well, in parts of it does is part of this whole grand scheme of the conversation we're going to have. But I just want to show you this clip because he's been investigated for this situation of the murder. But this is what happened over the weekend as their pre-game, I guess, announcing celebration. When they get announced as a team. So just take a look at this, and then we'll dive into the conversation.
I haven't seen this.
Just give me just give me your initial reaction. I've kind of set up the scenario of him. He's not the person that's the trigger man, but his homeboy is the one that committed the murder. But he was the driver of the vehicle that contained the murder weapon. So that's just what's been reported. That's what's being shared. So take that and then take that video and then give me your reaction.
I don't know the law down there, but to my understanding, if anyone thinks I'm wrong, tell me, which you all have no problem doing, so I don't even know why the hell I said that. If you're driving the guy and you know about the gun, or if they can prove you knew the plan, aren't you an accessory to murder?
And
right?
Well,
like if you drop him off at his girl's house, I mean, I don't know what they could prove. It's not what you know, it's what you could prove.
What you can prove, yeah, obviously, yeah.
But like, if you know, like it's premeditated and he's gonna go do this, you are an accessory. If it's premeditated, Mel, I see you saying you're wrong. But like, if he's like, yo, I'm gonna go kill this bitch, and you're like, all right, I'll give you a ride. I ain't going in though. You're an accessory to murder. I don't know the level of it. I'm just speaking in generalization. If that is the case. I'm not saying that is. I know very, very little about this. I hate everything.
No. I think Mel is only saying that because he's had time with law enforcement and knowing laws and shit like that.
That's where he's at now. He's with the probation officer.
Yeah.
Oh wait. You meant work? No. You meant work. My bad. My mistake.
No. He spent time in
this.
He spent time in law enforcement.
I know.
So he said, I just wanted to say you wrong.
Go ahead.
I'm not, I'm not a lawyer, and I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm a lawyer and I know all the laws. But from my understanding is if the prosecutor can find some type of way to connect that you knew, then yes, that would be accessory, and that's what I think. What is the no, we'll talk about Dane killing the game last night. We'll get to it, Boney homie.
Cares about West Coast or Portland. I'm not even going to spend 10 seconds on that nonsense.
But that's the thing. The prosecutors need to have to find some way to prove that he knew, and I think that's why he's eligible to play right now. And I know, and look, I might say
we
something.
both know if charges are ever pressed, it won't be until he gets that NBA money.
Well, see, and here's the thing. I know a lot of people are going to be upset, like, oh, why is he playing? Why is he? My thing is you're innocent until proven guilty. All right?
And it's not like he's Ray Lewis and he did it.
Hey, bro. Hey. All I know is he was acquitted, and so was OJ. That's all I know. That's all I know. But I know people are going to be upset in their feelings, like, oh, this should be life over sports, and this and that, and have the moral police and be the moral compass of the social media world. And I get that people are going to say this opinion, have entitled to it. All I'm saying is that man, Brandon Miller, who has the potential to be a high draft pick in the NBA in the summer.
Top 3 projection, right?
Said do what?
Top 3 projection. I think I saw when the news broke. ESPN has him.
As far as I know, top 10.
Whoever.
For sure, top 10. I'm not sure top 3, but for sure, top 10. And so when you're talking about high draft pick,
this is why I don't like this guy.
I
watches CNN. I don't even know shit about shit.
No, but my thing is this is my thing. He shouldn't have to stop his life if he hasn't been charged of anything. If he hasn't been charges been dropped, been arrested.
Convicted because you're innocent until proven guilty.
Well,
allegedly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how it was written. But now anymore, it's like you get accused of anything and like you get canceled.
Well,
I'm happy he's playing because he hasn't been proven guilty of anything.
So you're cool with him playing?
I'm fine with him playing.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just making
It's
sure.
not like he did the murder, right? Like
No.
if there's like an investigation about a murder,
Yes.
I think then you got to put it on hold. But that he didn't commit the crime and may have just been at worst an accessory or have knowledge of and didn't do anything about it, then I have no issue at all. As long as he's not playing against North Carolina, I don't give a shit.
No, because I just wanted to make sure that we're clear on this situation, because I have no I don't have no issue with him playing because like you said, at worst is accessory, because he's not the trigger man, he's not the one that committed the crime. Now by law, if they want to throw accessory on you, then to me my thing is let's understand the full context of what knowledge that he had.
Correct. I need
what I'm saying?
I need a recording. I need something.
Yeah. But until then, I have no, because my thing is as
GPS
much as
coordinates of him dropping him off when it happened. I mean, I don't know how far or how little they're going to look for.
Well, I'm just saying, let's set it up like this. Me and you riding, like, yes, we homies, we share information. You know what I'm saying? But I bet you there's some information that you probably won't tell me because you feel like this is some shit I need to keep to myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And what if that information you decide to keep to yourself is, yo, man, I'm about to off broad that broke my heart, or she burnt me, or whatever the situation is. If
I just think this scenario would be more realistic with Mel having that issue and contemplation. Just for our viewers' sake. I'd be like, yo, I want to take a nap, man. I'll say it. I have no filter. No, but like you said, if there's a text, hey, pick me up, yo, I got to go kill this bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if there's a voicemail, a text, something that's concrete, let them come down on him. But till then, man, let the kid play. Yeah, and Jay not a violent crime on his part. It's not like accused of rape, or something.
Yeah.
Hold on. I agree, because you and a female don't make sense.
So you and a female don't make sense. So I agree. A dude, maybe.
Oh man.
Yo, y'all wow. But no.
I hope it's a male doctor checking your herpes today, bro. When you surprise him with something.
2-finger salute.
No, he enjoys it.
Oh my gosh. That's on some goddamn fucking.
Let me repeat for those who missed it earlier. Fuck no.
But no, look, I'm with you until true hardcore evidence linking him knowing of what was going to go down. Let the kid play. Because here's my thing. What if they go ahead and cancel this young brother way too early, and then next thing you know, they done already ruined his career, ruined his chances to get drafted, ruined his chances to get a future in the NBA, and then everything comes out and he had no knowledge of nothing. You know what I'm saying? He was 100% innocent. That's why in these situations, let it all play out. Like, get all the information sometimes before you just make a rash decision. And sometimes, hey, when these people are in position of power, sometimes don't fall into the media pressure and the pressure from social media and all that. Like, oh, you gotta do this, like, get all the information, think on it, and make a real decision. Because
I can't believe I'm gonna quote this guy. It's my first time ever on the show. Do the right thing.
Did you quoting Spike Lee hurt your feelings, bro?
I hate the Knicks. I feel filthy.
I hate the Knicks. You felt a little slimy.
I'm gonna go in the shower like Ace Ventura.
I mean, I don't know.
Hold on. Matt's saying
there's a text where the trigger man texted him saying to bring the heater.
I find it hard to believe they haven't. If they have that text and they haven't pressed charges, then you know Alabama is rigged.
Well, I think that kind of changes things, don't you think? Just a little bit.
And Jay just said the same thing. Jay Jones, what's up, Jay? I've seen your work with Lamar and others, man. Good contribution.
Like
You did get a text to bring the gun from Darius, according to the media. Let me ask you, if he was the bench player for New Mexico and not on the number 2 ranked team and not a top NBA prospect, would this be handled differently?
I know. Hey, Matt. You know what it would be if it was a guy from New Mexico and he wasn't a top 3 prospect. You'll see the ticker right on the bottom, and yes, it wouldn't be a headlines. And this is why I wanted to play the clip, because with all this going on, look. So this is what I'm gonna say about the clip. All right, I don't know if is that a normal ritual that they do at every pregame before the situation occurred. If that's the case, then I'm not going to jump on the homie's back too hard. But at the same time, the optics just don't look good, because you're dealing with that situation. And now you're looking like you're getting pat down as if you're getting pat down for a gun. Probably wasn't the wisest decision to do that, bro. I'll say that. And I'm just saying that probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. Just because, you know how optics work with this media shit, man. Like I'm telling you, when you do shit like that, and they've already, investigating you. When you do shit like that, you are literally putting yourself in a position, screaming for these boys to come arrest your ass. Because now it looks like arrogance. Like, yo, I'm like look at me, I'm free. Like AP, I thought the same thing. Like you can interpret it. You can interpret that. Was he like going to the club getting pat down because the homeboys like saying he's good? They pat down in the club. But let's be honest, what they patting down for you in the club for? They patting you down for weapons, for guns, knives, shit like that. All I'm saying is look, maybe the media could be taking this and and taking this to another level, but I'm not. To me, it's bad optics. It's bad optics. Oh, Jay just sent me the joint. He says, although the attorney makes Miller seem completely innocent, there is more going on. According to Miles' defense attorney, Mary Turner, Miles texted Miller at 1:38 a.m. the day of the shooting, saying, "I need my joint," which is the gun. Oh.
Oh, that sounds like it took a turn for the worse.
Miller was hidden to pick up Miles, who was kicked off Alabama's team after being charged with murder. Miles sent that text message to Miller, which indicated Miles wanted Miles's gun because he and Davis had been. Wow. Yeah, I'm at to send it. I'm at to send it to you. Wow.
You can't even read it on air, or you just.
No, he said
like a woman watching the final 3 minutes of The Bachelor here. Look what your reactions are.
Because he said, "Yo, I need my joint because this is Darius Miles's gun that is in Miller's car." He says, "I think it real just got a faking." Wow. Okay. So yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not saying this might change a lot, but it's slightly. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, check your phone and you tell me what you think. That kind of slightly changes a little bit. I don't know, man.
Shit. All right, let me.
Oh yeah, Jay got a good point. He said, "Nah, that shit was like when Gilbert Arenas brought the guns to the arena, and the Wizards did the gun celebration little thing."
Hold on.
Wait, hold on, sir. First of all, is today part of your load management day? Just let me know. No,
You didn't want me to read the quote out loud, did you?
No. You ain't had to. I just wanted you to just I just wanted you to read the quote.
I mean, if you're dropping the text and the time, now I'm going to ask, how the hell is he playing? I mean, that's premeditated. That's accessory before the fact, or right? Is that? I know there's accessory after the fact. But you're part of.
Okay, so
wait, it's shit. I forget.
Well, I'm saying let's break it down. So for the viewers out there, pretty much what the text message is saying is that Miles, who was the guy that committed the murder, texted Miller, say, "Yo, let me get the heater," because somebody think I'm faking. Pretty much. So he knew that he needed the gun, so he brought it to him.
Yeah, that's really bad, man.
I don't know. I think that kind of changes a little bit, big homie. I don't know about you. I know we talked about everything before, innocent until proven guilty, but this is literally a text message saying, "Yo, bring me the heater."
Concrete shit that I mentioned earlier. That if there's something concrete, how's he playing? To be continued. I think that's all we could say right now, right? Like this.
Yeah.
More is going to unfold, right?
Yo, this is tough.
I hate to say this. I've never said this on the show. It's like one of those days I wish Mel was here so he could chime in.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
You didn't hear me?
No, I didn't hear you.
Maybe you glitched a little bit. I said it's one of the few days that I wish Mel was actually here to chime in. We could probably use him today.
Oh yeah. He's more the wordsmith when it comes to something like this, because they're still charging with conspiracy to commit murder, or they could. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Let's put a pin in that, because there said he is allowed to carry the gun in the car according to Bama laws. He was not the shooter, so that's what's saving his ass as of now. Huh.
Mel, that's my chiming in.
Oh man, we'll see with that, man. Hey, buddy, you showed up to work.
I've been here for an hour. I was like, man, all they gotta do is just stop talking about boring stuff, and I'm in there. And I'm just sitting here watching the show for an hour, falling asleep. Like I'm gonna make it. I would fall asleep, wouldn't be there. The only thing that kept me going was mentally making jokes about Nick's forehead.
My forehead.
Nah, you need to come join the club.
I have been. I said the other day that my hairline is like the government. Some on the left, some on the right, not many in the middle.
Yeah, you're a little bit better than me. My hairline starts on my ankles.
Wait, hold on. Your hairline starts at your ankles, bro?
Yeah, that's how far back it goes.
Hey man, give me your quick opinion on this Brandon Miller situation, then we'll move on to some NBA talk real quick. Hey, why don't you go sit back down, because you all this moving you doing is
I'm sorry. My bad. Put me in the back real quick.
The speaker's just getting staticky with the movement.
Put me in the back. I'll come back.
All right, come. Hey, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, bro. No, yeah, I think this changes just a tad bit of this little situation. Jay Jones says I'm close to it because Darius Miles and the shooter.
Oh, this Miles has a relation to Darius? You talking about Darius Miles who used to play in the NBA?
I think so. Is that what you're talking about, Jay? Darius Miles, like BB?
He's related to this Miles?
being the shooter from the DC area. Okay. No.
I'll keep an eye in the chat. You go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's wild. But man, just to transition because we are talking basketball, but let's talk about the big boys, NBA. Man, sorry, Nick. Your Nets kind of just completely fell off. Ain't the same squad no more.
We'll always be better than the Knicks because at least KD and Kyrie volunteered to come to us. The Knicks can't get any free agents. Remember they cleared out all that money and all the big names are like, nah, fuck that. We're not going to you.
All right, I got the thumbs up for Boney Homie. So,
what you guys want to talk about?
You run through that house like you play for Alabama. What are you running from? Well, I hit a maze real quick.
Made my house look big.
So check this out. We had some great performances over the weekend on the NBA. I want to start with the guy Damian Lillard, man. Dropped 71 last night against the Houston Rockets. Made 13 threes. Big deal, Boney Homie?
That was the amazing performance from somebody that nobody's going to remember, doing something nobody's going to ever remember.
Tied with Tatum's 55 in the All-Star game?
Right there. It's tied. Bro, look, you build into a legacy that doesn't exist. That's what it comes down to. Like, I don't want to say Kobe's 81, but like Kobe's 81, if Kobe was a nobody, we wouldn't ever talk about that 81 again.
True.
It's okay.
We wouldn't even mention it.
Right, like it's part of a resume. James has wasted his whole life away.
Mel just chimed in and said they still play an All-Star game defense. Oh, fuck the NBA, man. I'm dead serious. That's why I love college so much more than the NBA. Because you get people who care. You don't have guys like doing like the cruise control and then turn it on 2 weeks before when March ends. The season usually ends in the NBA mid-April, right? They're right around the 15th.
Yeah.
April 1st, everybody starts kicking it into high gear. The teams who made it already. And then you have teams who have to fight to get in. But it's pathetic, the NBA. It really is. Do 50 games. You know who's good and who's not by 50 games. It's too much.
Sure.
It's over.
Slow it down, but I mean, they won't because they'll lose money.
I know that.
They don't really care about the product as much as they care about the money.
Exactly.
Because you are absolutely correct. Make less games, make each game matter.
Mm-hmm.
Every game matters more when there's less games. 82 games, like realistically, like if I miss, or even if I buy a season pass as a hardcore Lakers fan, I buy a season pass online, not like to games, but like TV shows, right? If I buy a pass to watch all the games, you think I'm gonna sit here and watch 80 games for what? They don't even matter. Like they don't matter over the grand scheme of things, and even the players have started playing to the fact that they don't matter. This playoff LeBron, for example. I mean, I really don't care when we get to the playoffs. Which I mean, not now, but you know what I'm saying, beforehand.
Are you talking about? Are you mentioning Le Pop because he heard a pop last night and nothing popped?
He always right. He is the lying goat.
Making eye contact with the camera.
That man is the best at inflating his legacy ever. He do something. He do something cool.
Biggest liar of all time. He's the bloke.
Biggest liar of all time.
If he do something cool at all, like if it's something worth to noteworthy, he gonna be like, well, also I broke my knee. I replaced it mid game and finished. Like when he beat Kareem record. Yeah, so I played on no ankle.
I tagged in one of the monsters.
I literally couldn't bend my leg. Bro, every game don't have to be. You don't have to try to make everything your Jordan flu game.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
You know what pissed me? And this is a little bit off topic. The spray way off topic because we was talking about Dame. But what pissed me out the most about that LeBron line stuff is that time that he did that one Kobe dunk and he was like, I don't know what happened. I just challenged Kobe Bryant. Like, dude, you planned to do this dunk before. You planned this. You planned this.
2 o'clock in the practice arena. You did that 36 times. Get ready.
Right. There's no way he just possessed you in the middle of a fast break.
It's like Will Ferrell in Old School after debate. What happened?
Perfect.
Hey, you two motherfuckers are too cute. Look at all this giggling and laughing y'all doing.
Jealous.
No.
But to bring everything back to the full circle, Dame needs to leave right now. Like today. Go the fuck somewhere else.
I cared more about his quote the other day that says, "Don't let me win a championship in Portland." It was like, okay, bro, I think we're good. I think we're good. You think a big name is coming to Portland with you? Get the hell out of here.
No, because it's like look, I understand his loyalty or his philosophy of being loyal to the franchise and him wanting to instead of joining super teams, which I'm cool with that.
You don't even got to do that. Exactly. Like you don't got to join a super team.
Get all that. I respect that. But don't be with a 3 and try to tell us it's going to be a 10 someday, because that's what you're doing, telling us that going to be
absolutely.
Wow. I've never heard anybody put it in that context, but now that you put it like that, it makes total sense. Because
this ain't the movie Shallow Hal. Another great reference.
Hey, but I'm saying, hey, look, a 3 looks like a 10 when this is a whole bunch of.
I saw a 10. I don't care what anybody else saw.
No, but I'm saying
LeBron turned the Lakers from a 10 into a 3.
A 3 looks like a 10 when it's a whole bunch of 1s around. All right, but a 3 is a 3 when it's around a whole bunch of 10s. Like, come on, like, look, a 3 is a 3 when it's a whole bunch of 5s around. So, look,
we all know a 3 when we see a 3. Portland as a basketball team with a championship aspiration is a 3.
Well, first of all, the Trailblazers they're in the same situation as the Lakers, where they're trying to get to the play-in tournament right now. But I do gotta play devil's advocate with both the Lakers and the Portland Trailblazers. Literally between 6 and 12 is 3.5 games.
Why this motherfucker posing like he's on casting couch? He was like, okay, you got this shot? How about this one?
Trying to find the best way to record in bed.
Anthony, I've seen Instagram a lot. And when there was uneasy times in the streets, I never saw a 3 in Portland. I saw lots of 1s.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Look, the 71 points, it looks good, like you said. It looks good on the resume. Hey, I scored 71 points in the game. I wanted 8 players to do that in the NBA. It looks good, and I'm a fan of Dame. I am. But
Me too.
At one point, do you say I'm not going to be able to get it done in Portland? Like, there's no superstars coming this way.
If he's his word, it's when he retires, right? Because
he's worse off than like he's in a lower category than people who are like great players who didn't win a ring. He's in a category of great players who didn't do shit. Like Charles Barkley's career far exceeds Damian Lillard's. You know what I mean? Like it's plenty of great players who like didn't win a ring but did something and were memorable. Like my kid's not gonna know who the fuck Damian Lillard is.
Barkley made the finals multiple times. You're right.
Like my kid's not gonna know who Damian Lillard is. The guy who shot a game winner against the Rockets one time.
Yeah, AP says he scored 71.
Was that the game? It was the Rockets when he hit the playoff winner and then like looked at the crowd.
Yep.
Oh, right.
The game.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, because I think that's when Westbrook was in Houston, wasn't he?
I don't think Westbrook was there.
Paul George? Didn't he hit it off of Paul George, that game winner? That real deep shot?
Oh, it might have been against OKC then.
He hit something game was against Paul George. I don't know.
Hey, well, that's the thing. He's
in a lot of game
winners. But no, AP says you scored 71 against Houston. Houston tanking. They gave you that. I mean, Houston.
You still got to get there. I ain't gonna knock his 71. or like the talent
You
it took
gotta
to
make
get
the
to
shots,
70. I'm
right?
not gonna knock the 71. I'm just gonna say that it don't fucking matter. Like we're not gonna remember it happened. No different than me not remembering even the name of the other person who scored 70 this season.
Donovan Mitchell. I only know that
No different.
because
I don't
Donovan
even
Mitchell
think,
made it about himself and said, after my mom saw that Lillard scored 71, she texted me and said, "Oh, he tied you. Now you got to top him." Like, all right, bro, we forgot about your 71 too until you had to remind us about it.
right. That's
Let
why
me
I
summarize it
still didn't remember his name.
let me summarize it with this. It's impressive, but not important.
And also, in comparison to the like Kobe scoring 81, he made a comeback against a team that was beating them with nobody around him. Like a lot of things, but the main thing about it is that it was Kobe who did it, and Kobe mattered, and Damian Lillard just doesn't matter.
Mattered, past tense. It's over.
He's definitely gonna be one of those guys. We're gonna be like, yo, y'all remember Damian Lillard?
Hey, you trying to tell me he gonna be in a memory bank? Like, hey, when a dude pull out Brandon Roy, he be like, "Yo, Brandon
Yep.
Roy, Damian
I
Lillard."
put him up there with George Gervin. Like, you're not gonna be talking about Damian Lillard to nobody who ain't a real NBA head.
Got you.
Like, don't nobody know nothing about Iceman, right?
I'm on
Like,
the East Coast, so
Well,
the
Bobby
only
Miller?
people that really know about Damian Lillard are cokeheads because they're the only ones up that late watching a fucking NBA game.
Wait, have you seen how skinny Bones is? Come on, come on. Put one and two together. Look
What
at
the
that.
fuck are we doing now?
That's a crackhead arm. Oh shit. Oh.
For the record, let the record show that wasn't me.
Nah. Trust me, he'll find a way to get me back for that shit later. Trust me, that motherfucker. He laughed.
I get everybody all the time, so whenever I get I just accept it. I'm like, you know what? I'm probably over that.
Be like, I was probably owed that one. Yeah.
Like if I take a picture of myself right now, everybody
Oh, yeah.
Real bad.
Yeah, static real bad on that.
Real bad.
You good? All right, unmute yourself.
That was me. I did it.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah, I didn't even like. Yeah, I just unplugged this headset.
Okay. Word. Yeah, that sounds better anyway.
Oh, great. Now he's laying down and taking things off. What the fuck?
Oh, Lord.
It did sound like Atari, like Space Invaders.
You old motherfuckers. God damn. Sound like Atari. Oh, Space Invaders.
I mean, at least I'm from the Nintendo era. As you can tell by the contrast, the amount of grays in our beards.
Stop playing. That's just for men that you got on that damn beard. Bone be over there. You be baiting. Nah.
Okay, I don't even have good enough aim to do that. All on my shoulder.
Hey, for real, you almost like a black Tommaso Ciampa, so don't even do that, bro. Oh shit. No, but let's move on because we did, like I said, we did have some great NBA action. 76ers and Celtics, man, came down to the wire. Jason Tatum.
Why was that not backcourt? He didn't have both feet established in the front court. Backcourt shot no good for the Celtics. Fuck everything and everyone from Boston.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with that part, except for Jason Tatum.
Definitely. Yeah, I was about to say, I definitely agree with that back part of that. I mean, so is Boston winning? Are they a lock for the Eastern Conference Finals? You think, Bonnie, homie?
I think so. I mean, who's gonna stop them? Fucking Giannis now?
Yeah, right now, Giannis is kind of banged up at the wrong time of the season on that stretch run.
I don't see who gonna show up to stop him from getting to the finals. Can they win it? No, but
look, I I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks, as long as they can kind of keep the ship floating and try to kind of let Giannis get as much rest as he can. But for the last 20 plus games of this season, if he's out more than half of that, I think they definitely going to slip. There's no way. Now go ahead.
Conversely, I don't think that a fresh Giannis is going to beat the Celtics.
I mean, when you're looking at how that defense that they play, especially the way that they was able to control Kevin Durant in that sweep last year, him and Kyrie. I can understand what you're saying, especially when it comes
That's
to
how I see him. Boston's my hands down favorite in any scenario from the East. The only scenarios will be like
they play that lockdown defense in the playoffs, and they commit to that. Even their stars, Brown and Tatum, commit to playing defense. Nobody else does that in the NBA.
You
have to have a crazy shooting spree like the Warriors did last year to do that.
I also don't think they can beat whoever comes out of the West.
Who's your pick to come out of the West?
Right now it's Phoenix.
Really?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I really think because the type of superstar that Kevin Durant is, he gonna show up and that's gonna be somebody else's team.
And you don't need Paul to shoot
At all.
You don't need Paul.
You're gonna go get his little midget.
Shooting games in the playoffs recently. You don't need Paul to shoot more than 8 times a game. He can just
gonna pull up his little midget every once in a while, and he gonna lead the team mentally because Kevin Durant cannot do whoever. Kevin Durant's most important problem is that he needs somebody else to be the team leader. More importantly than anything else.
True.
That's why Kevin Durant was Russell Westbrook's Robin. Kevin Durant was Kyrie Irving's Robin.
I can't say he's the Robin. I know he doesn't mind deferring when he has to. If it's a tough matchup for him, he will defer.
Let me figure out a better metaphor.
No. Hold on, Bones. Because you said that, and I think I need to break this down because what I'm hearing from you is that Kevin Durant pretty much has Batman skills, but he has more of a Robin mentality.
Yeah, he's a sidekick.
I would go with Batman skills, but the mental makeup of Catwoman. Because asking for trade after trade after trade.
What a PG way to call him pussy.
You're a bitch. Like Durant, you're a fucking bitch.
The most PG.
Nets, and then you left. You chose here, get an extension and leave. You're a bitch.
He said that was a PG way to call him.
What did he say? I didn't hear it.
I said that was the most PG way to call him pussy.
When you said Catwoman, mentality of Catwoman.
Yeah. Well, it's the only female I could think of from that from that story.
Yeah. No, but hold on. I know you're saying the Suns just because you know of what Kevin Durant brings to a team.
You got 2 guys who can go for 50 plus any night with Booker.
Yeah, him and Booker.
Yeah, and that gives Booker time to get back and get healthy too. And then Durant will be healthy. That'll be a very scary team in the West.
Yeah, but hold on. I know what's on the roster, but we can't sit here and just automatically say, Suns should be in there because Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant ain't even been on the court in almost 2 months. Kevin Durant hasn't even had time to even come and be part of the squad, as in like how we're going to play on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to say what you're going to look like in practice and have an idea, but when they go up against these great teams in the West, because to me, the West, you're literally looking at almost damn near 12 teams that can possibly make a run in the playoffs, because that's how deep that the West is. The Lakers still have a chance to even be a 6th seed by the time this shit is done.
I mean,
Portland still has.
Now you're just talking crazy. Now you're just talking crazy. No, team, what's a run? Winning a game in the series?
No,
the Lakers only have a chance to not get swept, right? No matter what seed they are, they have a chance to not get swept in the first round. They don't have a chance of beating anybody.
Oh, what?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. What's the run? Portland only has a chance to not get swept. Like there's not 12 teams that have a chance of going on a run.
No, what I'm saying,
That
I'm
was an
saying, I'm
overstatement.
saying, no, I'm saying like right now, there's 12 teams that are scrambling for 8 spots. That's what let me rephrase it like that. There's 12 teams right now in the West that are scrambling for 8 spots. In the West, it's just literally it's going to be so much competition for these last 20 plus games leading up to the play-in tournament that you have no idea how all this shit is going to shake down because we
I
don't
mean,
know
it's
how
not
the
that
Suns.
crazy. What Lamar's saying, it's not that crazy. The Lakers are 13 and a half out. The 4 seed, the Suns, are 10 out. So the Lakers are only 3.5
No,
behind.
no. Wait. What you said, I was gonna let him get away with it, but now you made me like I'm the one who sound crazy. But what you said was it's 12 teams that have a chance of having a run in the playoffs. That's why I was
Oh,
like,
no,
what's a run?
that's some marijuana talking.
That's what I was saying. What's a
Oh,
run?
Yeah,
okay.
but that's why I said let me
Yeah, you have to fix that.
word it and
It's like the
just
65-year-old guy showing up at the court in the park. Like, yo, let me get a run in this game. All right, man, what are you going to do? But all right, come on.
with the elbow pads and knee pads on.
And
hey,
the
got the
goggles,
icy hot ready, bro. Got the icy hot ready.
got the
Come on.
goggles and the Harlem Globetrotter shorts on.
The only person that pick up doing post moves.
No, you got a post game? What is that? Come
The
on, man.
only
You
time
can't
the
shoot.
speak got
You
off the
can't
ground is
shoot.
when he got in the car after the game.
No,
I
but
think
now go ahead, Bonnie.
no, I think that I've been here enough times to where y'all can't take away my vacation days.
Oh my gosh, he didn't even hit me with it. He just leaves. Yeah, we'll be docking that out your paycheck. You didn't even finish a whole shift, motherfucker. uh, I mean, look, when you got literally 12 teams that are literally fighting for 8 spots, I mean that breeds competition. And you look at the Phoenix Suns, and they haven't even been able to been on the court with Kevin Durant. I know what KD brings. We know what the talent that KD brings. Now, one thing that Boney said that stands out to me is he needs somebody to be that leader of the team because that's not his role. You know what Kevin Durant's role is? It's to be a shooter, to be a scorer, play some defense. That's
Yeah.
always been his role. His whole time in the NBA is to be a scorer, and play defense.
Order.
Shut up, shut up, I did. Shut up. Shut
And
your
he's so tall, I don't even have to bend.
But no, look. But my guy Kevin Durant hasn't been able to get on the court. You're talking about Memphis Grizzlies who've got, they've been playing together, for years, for a couple of years now, and they're a strong team. Look at Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic, who might mess around and get a third straight MVP in a row. Sidebar conversation. We need to talk about this right now. I'm gonna need people to start putting some respect on Nikola Jokic's name.
Hell yeah.
I need people to
How do you
start
not?
putting respect on Nikola Jokic's name. So what? He ain't flashy. So what? He ain't, dunking like he's Zion Williamson. So what? That he's
I
very
debated him in my all-time top 10. That's how good he is.
look. The guy ain't gonna wow you, but he's a walking triple double. So where was all this energy when these same motherfuckers in the media and on the in the social media world was boasting up Russell Westbrook for all this triple double shit? Y'all better start doing the same thing for Jokic. But not only is his triple doubles so important for his team, he's gonna mess around and win a third in a row MVP. Will
You
y'all
think the
stop?
media does that? Let
Oh
me ask
man,
you. You think the media does that? Because
I don't,
now
I,
you're getting into the
I
upper echelon of
I don't think the
all
media.
time.
I don't think the media pays enough attention to Nikola Jokic because he's
Well,
not.
he's won the last 2 MVPs, so I
I
mean,
know,
in
but no,
theory they do. But do you
no, no,
think they
no.
give him 3
Yeah, but
straight?
I'm saying that's only 50 writers doing that shit. I'm talking about as in the aura, the mystique that comes with certain players. You know what I'm saying? When you like right now, when you see LeBron James, he's gonna come with a certain aura. With KD, Giannis. They're going to come with a certain aura that comes with him. Now, Jokic, who's a MVP 2 years in a row, probably going to win it third year in a row. Like you said, he's reaching another echelon that most players would dream of getting.
If we did a top 15, I would have had Embiid and Jokic in top. That's how good I think that these guys are with their talent, their skill level. I just think that they're players that we've never seen before, and I'm very impressed by both of them. And I think that neither one of them gets as much love as they should. But every time I watch them play, my jaw drops several times, either from a pass, a block, a shot. Embiid hitting step back threes with his sides, like it's insane what these two can do.
It's nuts. But
imagine Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with his size doing what Embiid does with step back threes.
Oh, and that's the thing. That's why I think Jokic is not getting enough respect in this aspect, because the dude is literally how do you guard him? How do you stop him? Because
what's my phrase? What am I gonna say? Why there's not enough people talking about Jokic?
Hey, he's all substance and not all flash.
No flash. That's why Westbrook will headline Sports Center and they'll sneak Jokic in like the 36th minute.
Look, Embiid can get a MVP award, but right now, when Jokic is just as good and as effective as Embiid, that makes it hard for him to get an MVP. That's why I think Jokic needs to get that certain type of respect, because when Embiid is just as talented as him, and I think they're both just as talented as 1 and 2 as the big centers in the NBA, my guy Embiid sometimes can get nicked up, miss some time, and so that, to me, that's going to drop him in some MVP races, because Jokic he's not missing time, and Jokic on every time. Pretty much every time he's stepping on the court is damn near an opportunity that he's going to walk out with a triple-double. He's at least going to walk out with a double-double for sure. He's going to get his rebounds. He's going to get his points. But then when you add in his great passing ability that he does, I mean, look, I would sit here and advocate for Jokic all the time, because my thing is he's doing all of this, averaging a triple-double. And yeah, I see you, Jay. You just put up the comment. Jokic is averaging a triple-double, and his team is number 1 in the West. Ain't nobody thinking about Embiid.
Oh, I'm not speaking about Embiid as like an MVP. I'm just saying overall skill, talent, game. I'm very impressed by both.
No. I'm saying Embiid won't get an MVP because of Jokic. That's how good Jokic is.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought that comment was to what I was saying. Let me close this window. It got cold.
Yeah, because my thing is that Embiid is just as good, but when you do you're doing everything that Jokic is doing, and he's doing it on a number 1 seed in a very tough Western Conference, you got to start putting some respect on that man's name. Because now. Because here's my thing, Nick. We're beyond fluke. Because he's about to be 3 in a row. We're beyond fluke. This ain't no fluke. This ain't no, I just woke up and I'm Mac McClung and now I'm NBA champion. No. I'm NBA dunk champion. No.
Let the record show that we spoke about 2 white basketball players in one episode. We are the first sports show to ever do this since 1985.
Breaking boundaries, bruh. Breaking boundaries over here. So
the last time was Mark Price and Craig Elo.
Hey, Mark Price was a bad dude, dog. Hey,
the poor man Stockton. He was the Midwest version of Stockton.
No, I'm talking about like Mark Price as a ball handler and a shooter. Like if you look at some of his highlights, and I got to shout out Melvin Wall. He's our basketball guy of the Man Down Sports Show, because he's the one that kind of put me hip to Mark Price, because I wasn't as old enough. But I looked at Mark Price's highlights, man. There's every now and then I get a little Steph Curry-esque vibes from Mark Price. If you look at his shooting ability,
But same
And
as Stockton, though, right? He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the most athletic. Had a great mid-range to deep jumper.
yeah,
Had, like I say, I just think that's the best way to put it. Stockton was better, but Mark Price was like the poor man Stockton. Made some all-star games. Was nice.
yeah, he made a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like literally, like Mark Price is that dude, man. I don't think he gets a lot of love about his basketball abilities. I mean, he was playing on a team that made it a lot of few deep Eastern Conference runs in that time with the Bulls was dominating in the East. So let's not act like there wasn't a reason why they were there. Like, go look at Mark Price's shooting
Oh,
ability.
they had a good team. They had Brad Daugherty.
He
They
was
had
a
Larry
sharpshooter,
Nance.
damn it.
Yeah, that Cavs team had some talent on it, man. You go back and look at
they
that
had some
Cavs team.
bars.
You could say the Bulls prevented them from winning some titles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or getting
Oh,
to a
easily say that.
championship, I should say.
Oh yeah, easily say that. You can
That team
easily
was
say that.
built really nice.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. The Bulls kind of but that was the Michael Jordan effect. He caused a lot of people not to get a lot of championships. Let's be honest about that.
Absolutely.
And honestly,
Rightfully
quite honestly,
so, too.
for me, that's why he'd be my GOAT and not, these young cats like LeBron. Because people get championships in LeBron's era. If Jordan really wanted to, could have went a whole decade and nobody was eating, dog.
The only motherfucker he couldn't stop was Robert Horry.
But no. But yeah, look. Put some respect on Jokic's name. He's about to win a third MVP. And that dude literally on the court, at minimum, is giving you a double-double. Put some respect on my guy's name. All right. Put it on it. But back to the original conversation with the NBA. There was one team that I kept talking about, man. I know people ain't paying attention, but them Sacramento Kings are doing a little something, man. Y'all keep your eyes out on. They're sitting third in the West. A young, talented team. De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, and Mike Brown, who's the coach, he's got them boys playing defense, playing good team basketball. And you know how Sacramento is. They're like one of those teams that always sucks, a bunch of picks, high talented people. But sometimes you just need a coach to start bringing it together. And it looks like Mike Brown might finally be the answer, which is weird that you say it. Thank you. Matter of fact, Jay Jones, remember we was on Man Down, your show. So Man Cave Sports Show, y'all need to go check them out. 613 Fate Productions, and I think the first show that I was with Jay Jones and G Money, I think I shouted out the Sacramento Kings because I just think just young talented teams like De'Aaron Fox, who's finally been in the league for a few years, so he's starting to mature a little bit, being more of a leader.
Loved him. The year
I
he
like
was getting
Malik
drafted.
Monk.
The year he was getting drafted, I said this kid's going to be a stud, and every team that passed on him is going to regret it.
Oh yeah, and
he's what John Wall wishes he was. He's what John Wall wants to be.
Damn, I hate when we agree, but when we agree like on shit like that, I fucks with it. I rocks with it. I mean, come on, man. I like to oppose, man. Come on, I like to argue. Shit.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
we don't plan this shit.
I know it just happens, but no, like I agree with you wholeheartedly. John Wall, Mr. Mark a little bit, but yeah, Malik Monk to me is the that ultimate one. He said they need to get more TV time. Malik Monk, yeah. Oh, without a doubt, let him go. But we'll see what happens. Let
me refresh this real quick. I'm glitching real bad. I'll be right back in.
Because oh, okay. Just a second. Anyway, he said John Wall need to get back to DC. Well, he ended up going back to Houston, so that didn't work out for for the guy. I don't know why he approved that trade to go to back to Houston. Hey, I ain't gonna be mad at the guy. These NBA guys are getting that damn fully guaranteed contract money, so I don't feel too bad if they end up in a situation like Houston. I mean, we know it sucks, but you back? Give me a thumbs up. There you go.
Yeah, I'm good. No, the internet was lagging here. It's the end of the day that everyone's coming back at the hotel, so I just refreshed it. I signed off, signed in. It's good.
No worries. We only got about 24 minutes left, and we'll wrap this shit up anyway.
All right.
34 minutes left, but it's time to talk a little bit of football because there's been a little chatter around going around in the NFL. Obviously, Combine is going to start this week. Draft will be in Kansas City. I think is late April, if I remember correctly. Late April.
26 to 29, 28 to 30, something like that. The last weekend in April. Yeah, sure, correct.
Yeah, something like that. And so you
Mike
pretty much.
glitching, or can you hear me okay?
No, I hear you fine.
Okay, cool.
Here's my thing. So obviously we're waiting on a few dominoes to fall quarterback wise. Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, and usually when every free agency year, pretty much the big names that are out there pretty much shape on how certain teams are going to do certain moves leading to the draft. So let me ask you this, big homie: which veteran quarterback, do you see affecting the QB market for the draft the most?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you now. I did we're gonna do for those of you that don't know, I love doing the mock drafts. I'm a big draft guy. I have the Ravens selecting number 8 because I have Atlanta going all in and trading for Lamar. That's my projection as of right now today. I think we discussed that Thursday on the show for a little bit. So that creates a little bit of turmoil at the top, right? That helps Carolina, who's picking right behind Atlanta, who's quarterback hungry also. But now you have the Ravens picking 8, who would then probably need a quarterback and have a lot of ammunition to move up. I think what happens with Lamar, because the rumors are that they're $100 million guaranteed apart, and he will not settle for less than what Deshaun Watson got guaranteed, which is 233,
231.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. I said Miami. Yeah, when we discussed it last week, I said
the assets. Like Baltimore doesn't want to wait for ones. Miami's given up so many assets. You'd have to you'd take Tua, but why would you want damaged goods? And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I could not invest in Tua with the injuries he's had to the head. If I'm a GM, that's the ultimate red flags. A quarterback with brain injury, you can't. What if he gets hit again, man? It's gonna be like a preseason game or a practice, and he gets bumped into, and just the way his head jars.
Yeah.
So it's more of a health concern than I'm not dissing him for anybody listening. I wouldn't take Tua. You don't have a lot of draft picks of what you gave up for Hill and everything else. So you're not a free agent. You don't get to say where you go, and Baltimore has to accept it.
Yeah.
So
if Miami did it, it would be a lot of future assets. It wouldn't be especially what I mean by that, it'd be a lot of draft picks first rounds in the future. It wouldn't be immediate first round picks because they don't have them to even give away. But I just always saw the connection with Lamar being from Miami, and if I'm being quite honest,
no state income, right? If you're that worried about the money.
Oh yeah.
If you're that worried about the money, you go to a state tax-free state.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Even Jordan Poyer, who's out there in Buffalo, and he's getting the taxes of the New York state, and he goes, a reporter asked him, said, how you looking at free agency? He said, I'm looking at it at a place where I can go with all my money's not getting taken away.
and him and his, who his wife is, right?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Rachel Bush. Yeah.
Yes. Oof. Boy, I don't know who Rachel Bush is, boy.
Saw her OnlyFans one time. Bush is not the correct name for her. Never mind. They live in Miami. They live in Miami. So he's basically one of the Jets. One of my Jets buddies who's pretty big tweeted. I guess the Jets have to take Poyer off their list. I was like, I would word it as Poyer already took the Jets off his list with New Jersey state taxes.
Oh yeah, trust me. When I was in Jersey for about 10 months, I did not like getting hit with them state taxes from Jersey. And I think that matters. That's one of the few things that really matters when it comes to contract negotiation for some of these players is how much is getting taken out because it's state taxes. That matters. I know the teams that we spoke about where we think Lamar would go. I still think I'm hoping for Miami, but just based off of the fact because, I think you need to take a real consideration on moving off of Tua. And
I can't see if Baltimore has a saying. Remember, they have two ways they could tag him. They can franchise tag him at 32 and change a year, or they could do exclusive rights at like 40 and change a year. For the year. I'm sorry, not a year. So if they do exclusive rights, nobody else can offer them a contract. If they do the tag, the way they do it, basically, they can either have he's ours and ours only. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to give us an offer because if they haven't done it yet, I don't think they want him. I think they're just waiting to get overwhelmed and playing it as close to the draft as they can. Let these other chips fall, and then take the team that's most desperate and missed out on a quarterback and then get Lamar. Pay me. And I don't see them trading him if they have a say in the AFC. You would be asinine to trade him in the AFC. It's like the goal of trading a star, right?
Without a doubt.
A quarterback. You don't ever want to play that quarterback in the playoffs at your home and he comes back to beat you because everybody's getting fucking fired.
Oh, and deservedly so.
That's why I'm hard. I'm not going to say I'm hard on Atlanta. I am very convinced that Atlanta would be the place to go if he's not a Raven.
Fair. No, because I can see it more realistically than Miami for sure. Because if Miami, who wants to be considered a playoff contender, which they made the playoffs as a wild card, they want to be taken serious. You don't want to be this figuring that franchise are ready to go get your quarterback. And I don't know. My thing is with this quarterback draft, if you don't go get him after, to me, in my opinion, it's Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and then is everybody else. And there's no diss to Will Levis, it's no diss to Richardson out in Florida, but you're talking about two guys who may not be as polished as CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. Look, I'm well aware of the schools that they went to, going to Alabama and Ohio State, and there's a little known fact that most Alabama or Ohio State quarterbacks typically don't succeed well in the NFL.
Joe Namath.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. He did. Oh my God, Anyway,
I don't get to brag much on this show. You just won the Super Bowl. Shut the fuck up and let me have my moment, okay? You hear me? Did you hear me?
You got your moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard you.
Let me use the bathroom before we get into the mock. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. But it's just, for me, I'm glad to hear that the Chicago Bears are actually starting to look at this situation of having a number one pick with more realistic minds. Because I couldn't take the talk that you were actually thinking about trading away Justin Fields and drafting a quarterback. Like, do you understand the last 2 seasons that this man, Justin Fields, has literally been running for his life. Basically has little to no wide receiver help. And yet he got people in awe going like, yo, Justin Fields might be that dude. And I'll be glad to say I was wrong, because going into that draft a couple of years ago, I was not high on Justin Fields. I knew athletically how he was built, what he can do possibly. I saw what he did in Ohio State, but at the same time, I was not a fan of his throwing abilities. Because that Big Ten championship game, he almost gave that game away up to Northwestern. Was giving interceptions up like crazy.
Got slaughtered after that game.
And I was not high on Justin Fields because in my opinion, he had Cam Newton written all over him. Freak of an athlete, but never was able to put it all together on a consistent basis. And if people who disagree with my analysis on Cam Newton, I'll be glad to debate that any day. But I know what Cam Newton was. He can wow you. He give you flashes of in the highlights, the top 10. But when it mattered, what happened? I remember in the Super Bowl, a man didn't want to jump on a fumble that was right at his feet. I know that. And I'm not saying Justin Fields would do the same thing. I'm just saying that his playing style and Justin Fields were, in my opinion, quite similar. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be big on Justin Fields. But in 2 years, I've seen what he's done with nothing. I've seen what he's done with nothing.
I know the first show we ever did was the day of that draft.
Yeah.
I wanted Justin Fields at number 2.
Yeah.
If you had Justin Fields on the Jets this year, playoff team.
Oh, bro. Because he has the ability to make plays when things break down. Because that's what he's been doing for the last 2 years.
And he's a pretty nice passer. Let's be real.
But
he's not just a gimmick quarterback. He's a very nice passer as well.
And that's why I'm saying I was wrong about Justin Fields. And I can admit that. So my thing is I'm glad to hear that the Chicago Bears, the reports are saying that they're willing to even trade the first round pick. So that lets me know that you are not going to get rid of Justin Fields. Go ahead, start building around that young man, and see what you can possibly do. You might mess around, and because look like the NFC North could be a wide open division now. So, hey. I'm just glad that Chicago Bears weren't going to make the stupid mistake of trading away Justin Fields.
Let's wait till they decide first before. Because
there's still time. There's still time.
Pump the brakes.
There's still time.
Don't put the carriage before the horse. Let's see what they decide. You never know. The Bears can always Bears.
Oh my gosh, could they ever? But let me ask you this. You starting a franchise right now. You need a quarterback. Which one are you getting? Which one would you draft?
This draft?
This draft.
You just want me to start the mock? Obviously, and I'll tell you with that.
Well, hell. You know what? Hey, all right, hold on. Everybody, I.O.W. This is the big homies Nick Shine. Mock draft, top 15 picks, just mock draft 1.0. Throughout the leading up to the draft, we'll have other mock drafts, and then of course, if you've been paying attention to our product, we've had 2 great draft specials. So we'll definitely tend to do that again because the big homie is very big on doing the mock drafts. But hey, without further ado, big homie, man, go ahead, break it down.
So as of today, the first mock. I did trades with it because I believe that to do the Bears picking number 1 is not realistic. I don't think they're going to stay there. Like I'm going to give them the credit and say that they do trade back. And I have the Colts moving up to number 1. And Anthony said do 16. Oh, Washington is 16. I got you. I'll add that for you. No worries. So what I have is the Colts trading up for number 1. And I have a player who from day one may not be the number 1 quarterback in this class, but will be the number 1 quarterback in this class. Size, speed, arm. To me, he is the Cam Newton, Josh Allen. He's got the size. He could take the hits. Teams will not want to pass on that. I don't want a 6'1", 195-pound quarterback in the NFL. I want a guy like Anthony Richardson from Florida. And he went from plus 10,000 to be the number 1 pick 4 weeks ago to plus 750. Now that some of the health questions are clearing up. And I don't think you pass on that talent. When you watch what Josh Allen does to the Bills offense with his ability to move and run, give me him.
Wow.
I'm not afraid of Young or Stroud as a Jet fan looking at a team. I could get to the quarterback. I could cover on the back end. I'm more worried about the mobility of a guy who can run over my D end. Not my D end, but a D end.
Wow. You
when the dust settles, he's number 1. Yes. And I think the Houston Texans do backflips because they wanted Bryce Young.
Wow, big homie. Yeah. I'm actually shocked by that because look, there are times where I've seen Anthony Richardson and I'm like, if he puts it all together, that dude's gonna be nice.
But don't forget, Josh Allen was a small school. There was questions about him, right?
Yeah.
By far the number 1 quarterback in that. Well, Lamar's up there too. But in terms of playoffs and wins, the top quarterback in that class so far.
Yeah.
So why it's a copycat league, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I drafting somebody Drew Brees size when I could draft somebody Josh Allen size who can bring more to the table and can run over? And you can do, dude, how did Jalen Hurts just get to the Super Bowl? And this is the first time I'm saying this. I've heard nobody else say this. This is my take. Running a college offense with RPOs.
Yeah. That's literally RPO
offense and got to the championship.
RPO offense, run pass offense, read option. That's literally the makeup of Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson right now. Read option, RPO, and it's been successful for him. Yeah.
Why not? If you want to win in the league, you get a bigger quarterback, and you have
Josh Allen is running RPO, read
faceted offense.
Josh Allen is pretty much running the same offense.
There's just no running back to be a threat on that.
Oh yeah. No, but I'm saying because of his size, he is the threat. so, bro, you know what?
Look at this comment. I think Anthony gives me way too much credit. You the reason why Vegas odds going up. You think I affect Vegas odds? Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me on this show.
But I mean, look, you're not wrong about your thought process. Because I think Bryce Young is like 6 foot, $194. CJ Stroud is not too much bigger than Bryce Young, but he's not Anthony Richardson's size.
He's 6 foot 194, Bryce Young. I don't want that at quarterback.
Yeah,
I barely want that at kicker.
What's CJ Stroud? Who is he? 6'1"? 6 foot?
6'3", 218. So a little more size.
Yeah, a little bit thicker, a little bit more size.
I'm sure Young will come in around 208 for the combine if he weighs. If not, maybe closer to 212, 213. I'm sure that they will try to stack.
Matt,
where did who go to school?
He went to Florida, man. No, he wants me to say that. You just
Matt's a Florida guy with football?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I
didn't know that.
Yeah, Florida for the Gators. He liked the Gators. He liked Arizona for college basketball.
Why is he asking you, though? I'm the one bringing him up.
No, because he wants me to say it.
Okay, I got
it. So I couldn't avoid it.
That's who I think. If I had a bet, and I wish I would have bet 4 weeks ago. I had a hunch like this guy was going to climb, but it was plus 10,000. Imagine putting $50 down on it and hitting $5,000 if he does go number 1.
Look, man, I don't got him. No, look. I think, but here's the thing that's going to scare me if you go up there and get Anthony Richardson at 1. And this is not a dig on him because I think once he gets it all together, he can be a problem.
Let me add one more. I'm going to use your term here. Let me add one more caveat.
Yeah.
Who would he be teamed with in the backfield behind that offensive line? It would be him and Jonathan Taylor. Now you're looking at what the Ravens wanted to be, a top running back with a top rushing quarterback.
Wow.
That's why I think the combination for the Colts is and don't forget, Derrick Henry may ask for a release with everyone getting cut in Tennessee. So it's very, very easy. And Tannehill's a free agent. So
and Derrick Henry wants to win. He wants to win.
You want to go,
and he's not going to win in
division,
Tennessee,
right? You want to
he's not
bully
going to
that division. The Titans are cutting down players. The Jaguars' defense isn't that physical. They're fast, but they're not that physical, in my opinion. And then you got the Texans on the build. So you could be the Colts and have one bounce back year and be back running the division for several while you still have all these guys young.
And you have your quarterback.
In interest of time.
Wow,
that's my bet right now today.
Big homie, like you literally got me really thinking, like, yo, that might happen now. Because me personally, I had Anthony Richardson going in like 2nd or 3rd round.
A lot of people did. And then all of a sudden, stories are coming out that questions are getting answered. Put it that way.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, big homie.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun 2 months. Number 2, the Texans, even though their owner hated and fired Lovie Smith for going for 2 to win the last game and cost them the number 1 pick. I still think they get the guy that they originally wanted. I think they take Bryce Young from Alabama at number 2.
Yeah.
Cardinals get very lucky. They stay at 3 and take what a lot of people call the best player in the draft from my squad, Jalen Carter. Remember, they had J.J. Watt for a couple years. They had J.J. Watt playing that aggressive D tackle who can penetrate, stop the run, pressure the quarterback. So I see them going Jalen Carter.
Okay.
Number 4, the Bears. They trade back from the 1. They get a haul. They're going to get this pick. They're going to get a 2. They're probably going to get next year's 1 from the Colts. And, they need a lot of pieces. Let's be realistic.
Shit ton.
I don't think there's an offensive lineman worth taking at 4. Maybe they double dip and trade back again with somebody like Carolina or the Raiders if they miss out on veterans at the quarterback position. But I got the Bears taking Will Anderson. Chicago, whenever Chicago's good, it's defense. It's getting after the quarterback. It's holding you to 10 or 13. And then when you can go into Chicago in November, December, January, you fear that defense.
You bring up a good point because you still got to replace Robert Quinn. You still got to replace Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to replace Roquan Smith. I mean, there's a lot on the defense you got to replace. There's a lot of stuff. Well, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of shit that Chicago has to fix. But let
me repeat. Rex Grossman got to a Super Bowl. In Chicago.
But that defense is
craziest question of all time. It's craziest question of all time.
Yeah.
Number 5, I have Carolina trading up. And I have Carolina taking C.J. Stroud. I have Seattle dropping to 9, adding more picks. They already got 2 1s this year, adding more picks, and in their massive rebuild, and which is amazing that they made the playoffs 1 year after trading Russ. So kudos to them. So C.J. Stroud goes to Carolina. Number 6, Mel's Lions.
Shut up, MJ. I ain't answering that fucking
question.
My
God. Wait, how come when we bring up Urban Meyer, he never asked that question? A little embarrassment there now.
hey, yeah, that's embarrassing. No, we don't talk about it.
I know Matt's answer. Matt, don't even type it. No, he was respectable when he was at Florida. All right, you get that one. That's because nobody had camera phones. That's the only reason.
And they did, boy.
It'd be on those old yeah.
The old flip phone.
Mel's Lions at number 6. They crushed the draft last year with the DNs, with Hutchinson and the kid from Kentucky, Pascal. They did a good job getting a good pass rush. I got them taking a shutdown corner who could be hitting the ground running like Sauce Gardner did. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got twitch, he's got everything. It's Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. Number 7. As of now, I got the Raiders without hitting a veteran quarterback. So I'll have them at 7 taking Will Levis. I think he's the boring Brady that McDaniels wants, right? Look how shitty Mac Jones looked this year after McDaniels left. McDaniels wants that mobile, or immobile, stand in the pocket, get rid of the ball quick type of player. I think McDaniels with Levis would be a nice combination. I don't think Levis works everywhere. I think he could. His best chance of success would be with McDaniels. Next, number 8. Now this is the Ravens because of my projection as of today. I have the Atlanta Ravens trade. So this would be the Ravens taking Atlanta's pick. I have them stocking up with defense. I have them going Miles Murphy, the edge rusher from Clemson.
They love edge rushers.
Number 9, Seattle takes the guy that I think they would have took at 5 if they didn't trade back. I have them getting Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher from Texas Tech. Number 10 is a bit of a shock. It's the Eagles because this is their trade last year with the Saints, I believe. So
Saints, yep.
They're going to lose a lot of people. We got to see who they retain and who they lose because they had a lot of guys, veterans, end the contracts, guys going second contracts who are going to get paid. They can't keep everybody. So as of today, technically they still have all those guys. So I'm going to go with, when I look at the Eagles, what would I add to the Eagles as of today? And I would add Bijan Robinson, the running back from Texas. With that line, same thing I said about the Colts, right? You're going to run that RPO? Give me Taylor and Richardson. Now, for you give me Hurts and Bijan Robinson, and then you mix it up with Sanders or Sanders a free agent. Gainwell.
Yeah, I think they might lose.
Scott seems like he's never leaving there. He's been there forever. It's like the third running back. He's fine with that role.
Yeah.
So say it again. What school Lions drafting from? Oh no, you're not getting that. I always fuck that up. You're not getting that. You go rewind shit if you want to see it. The Ducks. The school that the Nike founder went to. There you go, Anthony. Google that shit. I felt it come out too. Like I went, where are we? Number 11. Number 11. The Titans. They just cut Taylor Lewan, so they obviously need to address the trenches. They lost Jack Conklin 2 years earlier to the Cleveland Browns. I have them taking Paris Johnson
lost
Jr.
Robert Woods too.
Yeah. I got them taking Paris Johnson Jr. Next, we got Houston again. Houston with the second of their 2 years in a row picks from the Cleveland trade. And I have a surprise number 1 wide receiver. I had this guy as my number 2 receiver, and then a picture came out today on Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, and he's a little undersized. He was 171. He's added muscle up to 183. And this dude can just flat out run. And when you look at the guys, Garrett Wilson's not the biggest guy in the world. Tyreek Hill's not the biggest guy in the world. There's guys who just get the ball in their hands, and you know they're capable of anything from anywhere at any time. And they can get open quick. Give me a surprise number 1 wide receiver who flies up the charts, Zay Flowers from Boston College.
Everybody, I won't say his name again.
Zay Flowers.
What's
say
cool?
that? Boston College.
Bingo, because he's been on my radar for the Chiefs for a long time. And Zay Flowers is a freak of an athlete for his size. Nick is spot on with his analysis. Not even close to the biggest guy in the world, but when he gets the football in his hands, he is fucking electric. He's electric. And bro, he pops on the film, bro. He pops on the film. He's ridiculous. Sleeper pick. I'm meant to send you some money, and I need you to put that bet down on Safe Fly. No, for real, because I saw his
They
film.
don't have all the draft props yet. I'll let you know when they're up. I was looking at them today. They only have the NFL futures they have or the number one pick.
I
Usually
saw
the week of the draft, they'll
Yeah.
release those odds.
Yeah,
They're not
they'll
going to
release
release them
everything.
2 months ahead of time.
But
They'll get fleeced.
I've seen Zay Flowers his highlights because the Chiefs were doing something on one of their websites, and I saw it because people were like, just if the Chiefs, because we got some questions at wide receiver, there's going people might be leaving, and Zay Flowers popped on the radar, and I looked at his highlights. Boy, he's electric. Oh my gosh. Bro, oh my gosh. That's crazy you said that as your sleeper number one wide receiver, because I'm like, dude is a baller, bro. He's
Who would
electric.
you cover? Like, because Tony's going to have a bigger role next year, right? Smith Schuster's probably gone. Like, you have Tony, you have Sky Moore, and then you have Zay Flowers.
Well,
Like,
Sky.
who the hell? How do you cover all that?
Well, here's my thing. Sky Moore's role is going to increase. Juju, I think, is gone. He'll have to. The only way he stays in Kansas City, he's going to have to literally be willing to subtract money for championships. That's the only way he stays. McCole Hardman, I don't know if they keep him. It doesn't help that he had the injury this year. Missed a lot of time this year. So who knows with that? I know for sure MVS stays because him and Patrick were starting to have a nice little connection. Yeah, dog. But my only knock on Tony is he came in, played immediately, and then he missed like 6-7 games. Like I'm just like, and of course it was the hamstring. So it's like I don't know, like.
He had to get out of that New York. I don't want to be a part of this state of mind.
Which is fine.
He had to evolve into the Chiefs culture, right?
Yeah, which is fine. But
I'm not saying that's a knock on the Giants at all. I know.
No. I didn't take it that way.
Tony just was a fuck up from the beginning with New York. Let's be honest. Tony was a fuck up from the minute he got his first press conference. Was just fucked up. So you saw from the get-go that he just wasn't going to be a good fit.
And for what the Giants gave away from, we gave up I think a fifth round for him. So that's pretty much how they felt about him. So that
they were just happy to cut ties, right? Like they were like a.
But I still got injury concerns though.
It's a positive by getting rid of a negative. That's how they looked at him.
Yeah, but he was a low risk, high reward type of trade for us anyway, and it paid off for us. He made some plays in the playoffs. So, but yeah, go ahead. Where you at? 12?
Yeah. Let me get back in. I just added Anthony's request to pick 16. Zay Flowers. Now the Jets. My opinion on what the Jets do. If we sign Carr and we keep number 13, I could see the Jets possibly trading completely out of round one. Reason being, the last 2 years, they have 5 number one picks. Those contracts are fully guaranteed and add up really quickly. If you're signing Carr for more than $30 million a year and you got to extend Quinnen Williams with the probably top 2, maybe 3 defensive tackle contract, you got to stop adding $8 to $12 million guaranteed every season in round one. So I think that what they might do is trade back multiple times, stack 2s and 3s the next 2 years, and then maybe in 3 years from now, you keep snowballing those downhill like the Patriots did the year they traded Richard Seymour to the Raiders, and then they traded back again and waited until there was somebody worth moving up for. How long till Arch Manning's available? I'm just saying.
At least 4 years.
3. He's already taking classes.
Yeah, because
so 3 after the it would be 4 drafts from this draft, correct?
Yeah, because you're right. It's
counting
3 years,
this draft is 4
3 years removed from actual high school classes. Yes.
So after this draft, when this season starts, it's 3 more NFL seasons. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe you kick the can down the road a little bit with some extra picks. You're good enough. You got enough talent. You're not going to be able to pay all these first round picks. So you're going to need some 2s and 3s on cheaper contracts so you can keep guys instead of having all these $8 to $12 million contracts. It's going to be a numbers game.
Everybody can't get paid.
Yeah, it's going to be a numbers game that I'm very, very interested to see how it goes. I just hope we make the right call with everybody. But keeping the 13th pick, I have them taking Peter Skoronsky, guy who can play guard or tackle from Northwestern. There's a rumor coming out that his arms are like 32 and a half, which would be like almost midget type for a tackle. So a lot of people think, you're usually looking 35 and up for tackles who are over 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'4" with 32-inch arms. Like, I don't even think he can touch his nipples, for crying out loud. But his talent level, if he gets a hold of you, you don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
he's fantastic in the run game. And I think with how well, before he got hurt, Elijah Vera Tucker showed he could play tackle. He played left tackle, right guard in his 6 starts. And he was elite.
Yeah, he showed versatility.
We rated all 3. So, he's already shown he's a team player. He will move positions. I believe he goes to the Jets and says, hey, if you're going to go get an offensive lineman, get whoever you want. Put them wherever they'll work, and I'll fill in right tackle, left tackle, and I can play anywhere. Make us better. So that's what I expect. I'm going to.
You know what's crazy of you saying that, because a lot of teams don't understand that. I think because obviously there's a lot of right-handed quarterbacks that I'm like, well, as long as we got a good left tackle, we'll be all right. I'm like, right tackle is just as important as the left tackle, and if you solidify that bookend on both sides, like you're looking pretty solid. So
that's what I'm not you.
Now go ahead with your next pick at 14.
14 is the Patriots. Even though they don't have an actual NFL-worthy quarterback on the roster, I do have them getting a little help because their best wide receiver, Jacoby Myers, is expected to get like 18 to 20 million on the open market. Like, he's expected to get a Christian Kirk type of contract. That he's going to be the name this offseason that everybody looks at and says, why the fuck did this guy get this contract? Wow. But if they put him with a quarterback that somebody believes in, you could have the Trevor Lawrence Kirk thing. So I have them taking Quentin Johnson from TCU, who I'm not very high on.
I think he's full speed. Like right now, the only route that
he's a body catcher too.
Yeah.
He doesn't go get it here. That might hurt him.
Which is crazy because he has the size though, but he doesn't like attack the ball.
I have him there because as of now, like, I'm curious to see his pro day and if he works out this week. I could have him dropping to the 20s, if not lower. He could be this year's Treylon Burks, right? A guy who like is in the 20s. Like a lot of people, I had him early last year, and he fell.
Yeah,
and ended up being like the 4th or 5th wide receiver taken last year, maybe more, because there was London, there was Wilson, there was Olave.
Yeah, at least
somebody else,
minimum of 4.
And then Burks went in the 20s to the Titans. But right now, I have him and going to New England.
Yeah, Jameson went before him. J-Mo.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he was 5th. Correct. That was the one I was forgetting. Where are we? Green Bay at 15. Everyone expects Rodgers to be gone. I honestly hope it's not the Jets, because I want to keep the picks and have a quarterback who's here for several years and not do the drama of is he in, is he out, is he in a darkness retreat, what drug is he on, is he hanging out with Nick? Like, what the fuck is going to happen when this guy gets out? I have no idea. So I hope to God we get Carr, because then we get longevity, we keep our picks, and we can keep having Douglas hammer it. But if Jordan Love's coming in, you saw what happened this year with the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. Until Christian Watson started to get an NFL wide receiver, they looked awful on offense. Lazard's a free agent. I got them taking Jackson Smith-Njigba from Ohio State, wide receiver. If you keep Rodgers, that's going to be the pick. A wide receiver at 15. It's got to be the pick.
Yeah.
You signed Aaron Jones. You got A.J. Dillon. Unless Rodgers stays and he wants the tight end, the kid from Notre Dame, Murphy, maybe.
You know,
Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer is the tight end from Notre Dame. So It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Packers. Obviously, the biggest chip to fall for the NFL this year is what Rodgers does.
To be honest, man, I think Aaron Rodgers just needs to shut the hell up and stop being a pompous asshole and just go. If you want to play football, do
That
it.
ain't stopping.
No,
If anything, he's closer to retirement. The lid's gonna come off more and more, right?
No, I'm just saying is like, to me, his best option is Green Bay. Like Raiders are not a competent franchise to get you to a Super Bowl. They're not.
And I don't think they give up more assets to Green Bay to get something that doesn't make them a winner. Like you're not even going to win the division. You might be third in the division behind the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Exactly. So you're looking at your ceiling is a third place in the West in a wild card spot. That's your ceiling because it's not championship.
I agree.
The Raiders are not a competent franchise to get them to a Super Bowl. They're not.
And what assets can you give up after what you just gave up for Adams?
Excuse me. You're gonna give up a crap ton to go get Aaron Rodgers, and that hell, I can make a case if they do that. Sean Payton is a good enough coach that he'll put the Raiders in fourth place in that division.
Yeah, it's
he needs to shut the hell up and just be happy. Like
I hope
to me, his best option is Green Bay.
I really hope so. I do. I do not want Woody Johnson to do what he did with Favre. We've been building it the right way. The Johnsons have kept their hands off. It's been the Joe Douglas show to run. And guess what? We're getting young, cheap talent. Why would you then go throw it all away?
And that's why Joe needs to be the voice to say that to Woody.
I hope he is. We're better off paying than paying short term. We're better off paying a guy. Hey, Carr, here's 4 years, whatever, many million. Come play for us. Choose us. We got the young defense.
And Derek Carr's no scrub.
Derek Carr has a 2-to-1 win ratio when the Raiders give up less than 26 points a game on defense. That's 10-5 right there with 2 games to go. 11-6. I'll take that for the Jets. With this defense, newsflash, have you seen our defense? We don't give up 26 very often. If we got a healthy line, we got Breece Hall, and we have a competent quarterback, we're going to control the clock. The defense is going to be on the field even less.
I'm glad you said that because I need people to really understand that Derek Carr is not a scrub. He was on a poorly ran franchise.
100%.
They gave him literally nothing on the defensive side. Yeah, you can build a juggernaut on offense. And yeah, you give me a offensive mind in Gruden, but he talked his way out of a job. You know
who he is? He's Matthew Stafford when he was with the Lions, and nobody thought he could win anything. And who did? Who did? I had him MVP first year. I said Stafford's going to be MVP on the Rams.
Yeah, because he
won the Super
nice
Bowl,
roster,
which is better than an MVP.
Look,
unless you're Aaron Rodgers.
No, but I'm saying, look at the trend the last 2 years before this Super Bowl that just happened. Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay, a loaded team that needed what? A quarterback. Look at the year after that. The Rams, a loaded team, needs a quarterback. They go get Stafford. That trend is was pretty much what's going on. So don't be surprised. And then you look
at this year, an organization that fucked over Alex Smith for a young, unknown Patrick Mahomes. No, but barely worked out. Barely worked out.
Yeah, but the overall theme is go ahead, get your quarterback. Get him. My thing is like if the Jets literally went ahead and go ahead and get Derek Carr, you talking about he's what, 32?
31.
Yeah. Minimum.
He'll be 31 when the season starts. I think his birthday.
Minimum you get 6 years, 7 years, barring any crazy injury.
Yeah. Sign him for 4.
Yeah, sign him for 4.
And maybe he never hits free agency again, right? He finishes his career.
Possibly.
You give him another extension.
But to me, come on.
If not, you have time to draft.
That is a serious upgrade. It's an upgrade.
He would instantly become the best quarterback our franchise has ever had. I know Namath won a Super Bowl, but talent-wise, numbers-wise, Namath was putrid. He's like rated the worst quarterback in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like I joke about him. He's a legend as a player. He's a legend as
Do a
a
shit ton
person.
of interceptions. Do a shit ton of interceptions.
Yeah.
Shit ton of. But go ahead.
Him and
Go ahead.
Eli. Him and Eli, I think, would be if Eli
Comparable.
makes it. I think I got to look at the number. I don't want to say it, and Matt will jump down my throat if I'm wrong. I don't want to say it until I have it.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke right now. I show some love to AP. What the Redskins doing at 16? I'm sorry.
I know he said he wanted the cornerback. I don't have anything against the cornerback. I think you said it earlier about Gonzalez. I think the way you saw Sauce Gardner come in this year with his size, normally teams stray away from the tall cornerback because they're worried about hips, twitch, transition. I think that maybe Sauce put that, and Tyreek Woolen too is a big dude out in Seattle. So I think when you saw those two guys who
bigger cornerbacks.
Yeah, I think the success that they had and how quickly they had it may be another trend that you start to see.
Kansas City's headed that way too.
Yeah,
Joshua Williams,
not small. I mean,
no, I'm saying like Trent McDuffie is a smaller corner from Kansas City that they drafted first, but Joshua Williams, who they got from Fayetteville State, he's like 6'3", and then Jalen Watson from that they got from Wazoo, he's like
he's 6'2", 196 Porter.
Yeah. So yeah, Joey Porter's fitting that mold of bigger cornerbacks.
I have nothing against them, but as of right now, when I'm looking at Washington and you're going with a second-year player, first-time starter, it'll be Sam Howell from the North Carolina University.
Baby.
You lost Brandon Scherf last year to free agency.
Yeah.
If you want a rookie quarterback to succeed, you got to keep him comfortable in the pocket. And I got them taking if Skoronski is a tackle, this guy is the top-rated guard in the draft, Osiris Torrance from Florida, Matt. Where is he from, Lamar? My 6-year-old nephew, we watched the Joker the other day, The Dark Knight. Yeah. And now, after he saw the Joker in the jail scene, he claps like this. That reminded me of... Oh, and I forgot. I was over at my sister's this weekend, my son and my nephew. And I was like, all right, it's Saturday night. They were getting a little crazy. I'm like, let's watch a movie. I'm like, come on. So I had HBO Max open. I'm looking. And I'm like, all right, back to school, PG-13. I'm like, guys, I want to watch this. It's about a guy who goes back to school, does like a crazy dive into a pool. And my nephew loves swimming. He's like, okay, I'll text you the picture. I'll text you, Mel, and Matt, the picture. I forgot when Rodney Dangerfield arrives at Jason's college, he walks into a room and the girl's in the shower. And I wasn't looking at the TV at this moment because I'm like, all right, he's looking at the TV like this. Kid sees his first boobs. Good note for mom and dad. Loved it. Got super excited. Not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he lost his mind. When you see the picture, I'll send it right now. He ran out to his dad who, Daddy, saw one of these. My brother-in-law looks at me and he's having some drinks, so he was feeling nice. I go, bro, he loved it. You're good. He goes, all right, cool. I go, then I was like, dude, I'm sorry. It said PG-13. I'm like, I forgot how free the 80s were. Usually that's an R.
Free as hell. Here's the thing. I get what you're saying about your second bad. Here's the deal, AP. You guys got a good front seven on that defense. You got a whole bunch of first round picks from Alabama on your line. You got Chase Young on your line. So you're looking for literally your front four, definitely for sure, to set the tone of your defense. So you can go ahead and feel and find good secondary help in second, third, fourth round. So you may not necessarily have to jump up and get secondary help in the first round, if that makes sense. Because what do you want? Do you want a safety, or do you want to make sure that Sam Howell can actually run your offense?
Who did they bring in? Bieniemy.
Yeah, they brought in Bieniemy.
And they did what? Their best draft in recent memory was taking Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith at center and guard. And Trey Smith, I wanted that. I wanted him in round 2, but he had a heart murmur or some sort of heart condition that made him fall to 5.
You wanted both of them.
I did. I was so pissed. I was like, you got my draft. That was the day we met. I was like, I wanted Humphrey like in round 1. I was like, that's how much I loved him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think you're going to see some premium investments. If Bieniemy is everything Washington thinks he is, you are going to see them very quickly put the assets together because you could rush the passer in Washington. We know that. Chase Young coming back with a full off season of training, healthy. You're going to see, him back to himself next year.
Yeah.
And you got a good front seven there, like you said. I think you get all those assets together. You got McLaurin, you got Samuel, and you got
they got some pieces on offense for Bieniemy to work with, man. But your quarterback needs to be upright to use properly.
Who's the third receiver? They just drafted him last year.
Yeah, Johan Dotson.
Yeah. I'm saying Johan is with the last name instead of Johan Dotson. So you got some speed, you got some talent. You still got Logan Thomas at tight end. You got some nice weapons in the backfield with Robinson and the other running backs.
Gibson.
Build that line.
J.D. McKissick.
Go get a line and give Sam Howell every opportunity to succeed.
But you got to be upright.
Yes, Anthony, thank you. Congratulations on cutting Carson Wentz.
Saving $26 million, so that gives you more options.
Yeah.
Definitely, big time. All right, y'all. That's the old mock draft 1.0. Big homie Nick Sean's mock draft 1.0. Go back, rewind that last 35, 40 minutes, and y'all take a quick peek on those. But look, y'all know the deal. Catch us again Thursday night, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I will be doing a show tonight. Hey, you see all the social media on the bottom. I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, on the YouTube channel where all the content is stored, I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter. You can catch me at Twitter, Casey Wildcard Mar, Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. Man, hopefully the big homie gets back on Proud New York Jets fans. No rush. But if you want to go back and check out his past content, my man was getting some good, serious views. So go show my man some love on Proud New York Jets fans. Hey, we'll check y'all later, man. Peace and love, man. It's been real. I'm the big, that's the big homie Nick Shine. I'm the Wildcard Mar. We will check y'all